Hey, I'm Gabe.
This is Otto.
And this is
The Gabe&Oto Show.
So, you were talking to me off camera about this new thing from, what's his face? Of Streamer University?
Kaisenat.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So, what's the story here? Because it sounds very, very, very stupid to me.
Well, it is stupid, first of all.
Okay. I think we agree on that.
Okay. It is stupid. It's just a bunch of streamers want to be doing stupid stuff on the screen.
Which is very on brand with him anyway.
Yeah. And it's funny. It's funny. Some of it's funny.
Well, he is funny. The people that are getting there is not.
It's not. Some of them are not. Some of them, yes. Some of them are not. Okay. So basically, this is not the first time he has done it.
Okay.
He has done it. I think last year he did it. It went really popular about it. I think that's why he's doing the second one this year. But what is weird to me is that last year he announced Streamer University on one of his streams, right?
In Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, he announced it that there was going to be one in 2027. I mean 2026, my bad.
Okay.
2026, it will be this year.
Okay.
But it was weird because he out of nowhere disappeared. I think you heard that Casina stopped streaming for a while.
I heard about it a little bit. I think I heard it actually from you because I'm not a follower for him. Mm-hmm. But I kind of, because you are more like into that mainstream more than I am. Mm-hmm. So I know that you were like talking about some other stuff, but I think that you did mention it before.
I think his last time it was in the Mafiathon.
Okay.
Mafiathon, I don't know if you know what it is.
No clue. I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. I just like...
Well, I'm going to explain it. Well, it's basically when a streamer streams for 24 hours every day.
Yes, you did talk to me
about
it.
For 1 month. So he does it straight for 1 month, nothing. It has to be nonstop recording. So people are going to watch him sleep. People are going to watch him shower and everything.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for like...
Well, he did it, all right?
Yeah, I mean...
He made it entertaining. I don't know how.
To each his own, I guess.
I mean...
Whatever floats your boat.
I mean, you still got to give him credit because you have to be entertaining people for an entire month.
Yeah, that is kind of... It takes skill.
Skill.
Like, do you know what was the low end of the viewers? And obviously the highest that the viewers went, like, in a viewing?
And that's why I said that I feel like maybe the next generation of actors will come from streamers.
I mean, there is a solid foundation. There's actually actors now that they come in movies and everything.
Yes.
That they actually came from the Vine era.
Yeah, from the Vine area, yeah. And I think Twitch is more becoming like Vine, kinda-ish.
Yeah, sort of. Twitch kind of... their main product is always going to be like gamer streaming. Mm-hmm. But they kind of just branched out a little bit to like all types of streaming.
Because now there's like IRL streaming. I don't know if you know what's IRL.
No.
In real life. Like in person.
Yeah.
Like streaming.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you do. Like a lot of the videos that were pre-recorded, like this one for YouTube. Now they want to do it live.
Now they're gonna do it
like
live
in Twitch.
Yes.
So yeah. The beginning was mainly for like gaming streaming, but I think they kind of just branched out to all types of streaming.
I think there's another one called Clicks. I'm not sure.
I haven't heard about that one.
You haven't? Well, it's another streaming platform.
Okay.
I'm not really into it. I think it's not really that famous as much.
Yeah, because this is the first time that I've ever heard it. Like most of the streamers that I've known, they all use Twitch or like do pre-recording video to upload it to YouTube or like TikTokers and stuff like that.
I might be wrong, but I think the difference between Twitch and Clicks is that Twitch, the streamers depends more on the audience. But when you join Clicks, the company Clicks is the one paying you, not your fans.
Okay.
So when you go to Twitch, you pay monthly, right, to watch it without ads and everything. All that is going to the streamers. Mm-hmm. And some of it to Twitch, obviously.
Obviously, because they have to pay for the platform.
They gotta make money.
To make their money.
But I think Clicks is more like, hey, if you join us, I think they recruit people to Clicks.
Okay.
Yeah, if you join us, we'll give you this certain amount.
Okay,
so they're not.
So in terms of like going back to streamer university, right? Like if it was an actual real school, not like a program, right? It would be more like if like Twitch would be like community college that anybody can enter and is basically based on your performance.
Well,
more like
this
or
streaming,
like your viewing.
Well, it's not being founded by Twitch. I mean,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Just,
like in Twitch, you go in as a user and then you become a creator, and then after a certain views, then you're getting paid by the viewers.
By the viewers, you're not depending.
Twitch is not cutting you a check.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in clicks, it will be like going to a more high end school, not an Ivy League school, but like more high end.
Exactly.
Like you have to apply to enter stuff like that.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's why a lot of people hate when clicks are trying to get a certain streamer to join their side, because when they come up to you with a huge amount of money, right? In the beginning,
I mean, people do like money.
Yeah, so they'd be like, "Hey, you join us from this. If you starting out, I will give you $500 million. Then from then on, we can keep going." That's how they be, and then that's how they get streamers to join them, like bribing them with money.
I mean, it's not bribing.
Yeah, they want it, but people hate it because they're choosing the money over their fans. That's why people hate it. The fans hate it.
I mean, but if you're living right off streaming, right, you're paying money on equipment. You are renouncing to any private life. You have to be on point every single time. So you have to spend money on clothes, on anything that is in mainstream, so you can stay relevant.
Yes.
So all of that is gonna cost money, and because it's mainstream, it's gonna be charged more than usual because the person that is like selling it knows that you don't have another choice. You kind of have to pay it, because if you don't pay that, you're gonna be paying a knockoff. It's like buying like the most expensive shoe, right? Like let's say that Nike collab, right? That they have a limited amount. If you don't buy the ones that they're asking for, then you're buying a knockoff.
Yeah,
like
you're buying a knockoff. Yeah,
there's no
trade
off.
There's like no balance.
Yeah, like there's no trade off.
Yes.
So you either have to buy the one, or you're kind of screwed.
Yes.
You're not in the mainstream. Because even if you buy a knockoff, you're still not in the mainstream because you didn't have the original. So,
well, going back to where we're saying the history of Kai Cenat, to say it. Well, he stopped streaming right after Mafiathon, where he streams 30 days nonstop.
Yeah.
Well, usually when he does it, he has done 3, obviously.
Like 3 times?
He has done it 3 times, yeah. Well, he announced that on the second Mafiathon, he announced it was going to be the last one, which was a lie. So the third one came, right? On the third one, the goal was to reach 1 million subs in 1 month, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
Well, he achieved it, and the goal was I think the reward for the fans was that they're gonna watch Kai Cenat get his threats cut off by LeBron James. That was the reward that we were gonna get.
Okay.
Well, we got it, right? Well, after that, usually when he's finished with the Mafiathon, he goes out for about a month or 2.
Yeah, to just kind of like
to relax, recover from nonstop streaming.
Yeah.
Well, we were expecting a stream for December. For December, because he already had like 2 months, I think. So we was expecting, it's Christmas coming, he's gonna stream. Never happened. And that's when he came up with this brand called Vivette, which is a clothing brand. And then it turns out that this dude had another YouTube channel where he was vlogging his journey on discovering style, like design clothes, how to make them. And over that, people were like, "What? Kai Cenat chose this over this?" There was a whole a very dramatic, yeah. Well, then he announced the brand that was gonna be Vivette, right? He He announced it, and I looked at some of the clothes.
Not worth the time or money?
Not. It was ugly. I didn't like it. And
I can tell.
And it was probably going to be expensive.
Of course, because it's him.
It's him, yes. And it's ugly. I'm never going to wear that.
No.
I don't know if you've seen that one. I think it was a Drake music video. I'm not sure if it is. But there are those human figures that look like a square. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, that's Kanye West.
Kanye
video.
West, yeah. There was a clothes that was shaped as a V, and it looked really thick on them.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna put a photo right here. That way you guys can see it. It's really funny. And well, after that, the fans were like, "So are you gonna stream again?" He quit. He said he was done streaming.
Because he thought that he hit the money pot with the
like,
clothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna make money on clothing and all that. Which the funny thing is that supposedly on Marathon 3, Kevin Hart came. I think you know who's Kevin Hart. Who doesn't know?
Obviously.
Drewski. I think you know Drewski.
Yes.
He has done some skits that are controversial.
Yeah. Very controversial. But yes.
So Kevin Hart and Drewski and Kazina announced that they were gonna make a movie together.
Okay.
Where is it? I don't know. There was a trailer though. I mean, there wasn't a trailer. There was a teaser. He said it was a teaser. But from there was no trailer yet. Nothing. So I don't know if I don't know if it's coming out.
I don't know because Kevin has been touring and he's been doing other stuff. Like right now, like a few months ago,
Kevin Hart be doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like a few months ago, he had like his roast again. Another host for Kevin Hart. So yeah, I don't think that he's actually like doing a movie production right now.
I was so confused because when Kaisen quit streaming, he went out, right? He was part of a streaming group, right? Where there's different streamers that live in the same house. Yeah. It's called AMP. Well, for some random reason, they have their like main channel where when they do stuff, it's everything about all of them together. Well, in the main channel, they were still posting YouTube videos, and Kaisen was on them. Well, I was like, are they pre-recorded or not? But it couldn't be because his threats weren't in there. So for me, it was like, so is he still streaming or not? That's when like my mind started like,
so he probably didn't have like Plan B didn't work out.
Plan B, yeah.
So now he had to go back to Plan A.
So they now after 9 months went by. Entire woman could have given birth. Yeah. He comes back and says, "Hey, Shimmer University. There was no teasers, nothing. Bro just came on a random day and posted a trailer." And now people are going crazy. I mean, the most famous streamer announcing a second Streamer University, which the last one not a lot of people could have get in. And there's still like controversy about it because last year they only got people who were already like kind of famous in it, which is the whole entire purpose
is to help people get famous.
To get famous, yes. And I think this year, Kaisen is still focusing on getting people who
already have at least an established name.
And he's helping them out already having an established name, but he's also focusing more on both sides.
Okay, so kind of just like not focusing on the established name, but also trying to create new names.
He's balancing it because I think it makes sense because if you're trying to make a fun streaming university, because a lot of people are going to be watching, it has to be entertaining. So I think what he's trying to do is bring some funny people who already have a name to themselves and everything, put them on streaming university, and then he's gonna, and the other 50% is gonna be people who are trying to become famous. So I think that's what his mentality is in that.
I still think it's a very stupid idea, though. I don't think it's.
I mean, a lot of people have dreams to become a streamer, so that's gonna help them.
Why would you pay for something that you can learn by yourself?
You're not paying.
You're not paying. So how is he getting money from it?
if you get in, you get in.
Oh, interesting.
And he's getting money because
of the viewers.
Because of the viewers, yeah, people are gonna watch it, yeah. So it's like a win-win, basically, kind of.
So it's basically a huge collab video.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think it's gonna happen this June. I don't know if it has already happened or not. I don't think it has happened, or it was already. I already would have heard of it.
I don't know.
But right now he's been in different places, going like in the office, and people are walking up to him, and they're like, and then Cassian is asking them, "Why should you join us?" and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which he's actually applying to it. He's acting like a little bit professional more about it. But there's also like some small skits that he has done throughout them to make it more funny. Like the kid that you watch.
Oh yeah. Now switching a little bit of gears. Today is June 28th.
28th.
Last night, June 27th, we had Night on Champions on Riyadh,
which I didn't watch.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me about it.
Yeah, I watched it and it was actually very, very good. There was a lot of surprises when it came to the results. So it started with the King of the Ring tournament finals, which it was Jey Uso in one corner.
All right.
And then the other corner was the ruler, Obafemi. Brother, that match was spectacular.
I think I saw the flyer.
Yeah, that match was spectacular. So obviously online crowd was divided. There was a lot of people that wanted Jey. A lot of people wanted Oba. And for me, I honestly wanted Oba more just because of the popularity that he had. But if Jey would have won, there was not a huge problem because there's story for both. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that happened. The crown goes to one of them. But there's a story already brewing for both of them in their respective shows. So for me, it wasn't like a huge deal which one. But I kind of liked it.
When you mean boats, you mean like parties?
No, I'm talking about like if Oba would have won, it would have been a good outcome. If Jey would have won, it would have been a good outcome as well.
So it was like, if he wins, all right, I'm happy. If he wins, all right, I'm happy.
Yeah, like I wanted Oba to win, but if Jey won,
you would have been okay.
I would have been okay with it. Yeah,
all right. So it was gonna be a win-win regardless.
It wasn't gonna be a win-win regardless for at least for that match.
All right.
But Obafemi ended up taking the win. Oba taking. The ruler is now a king, ladies and gentlemen. So that was very, very good.
How did he win it? Like, what was his last move?
The fall from grace. So he did his finisher and he ended. But it was good because it was like a lot of back and forth. It wasn't like a Jey showing up and Oba dominating the whole thing.
So it was like back to back.
Yeah, it was. It was like you didn't know where it was gonna go.
So you had to be putting attention to it. You couldn't like.
You couldn't blink on that match. So it was very, very good.
All right.
So Oba took the crown.
Oba's the ruler, right?
Yeah, Oba's the ruler.
Oba's the ruler.
So after that match was
Oba has been winning a lot.
Yeah. He's been winning.
I think that's his third win. I think.
Not in a row, but since he came to the main roster, his only loss was against Brock Lesnar, which it was this clash in Italy.
Where it was going to be the Brock Lesnar comeback, right?
Which it was like, the Brock Lesnar comeback, because he, quote unquote, retired in WrestleMania.
Do you think that was like actually true that he wanted to leave and then WWE brought him back?
So based on the Paul Heyman interview that he did with Chris Van Vliet, it wasn't a retirement thing. It was Brock Lesnar saying thank you to the crowd because Brock Lesnar works in his own schedule. Which, if you've been following Brock Lesnar, regardless in which sport he is,
yes, regardless,
that's a very true statement. Brock Lesnar does whatever Brock Lesnar wants to do. That has never changed. Whenever he was in like NCAA champion, He did it however he wanted it.
Maybe in that moment he felt like he was gonna quit, and then later on, you know what, I'm gonna come back. And he did whatever he did what he wanted to do.
He just wanted to say thank you because it may or may not be his last WrestleMania. So we took it as his retiring.
Yeah, because it's WrestleMania. Like,
it's WrestleMania.
We're gonna take things seriously there.
And traditionally, whenever a wrestler is like retiring, he will take his gear and leave it in the middle of the ring, which is exactly what Brock did.
Yeah.
But for Brock was this is no gimmick.
I remember seeing your face.
Yeah, like, right?
We're like, what?
What is happening? But for Brock Lesnar was like, he wanted to symbolize like, hey, there's no gimmick, there's no character.
All right.
This is a true person of Brock Lesnar. I want to say thanks. That's based on what Paul Heyman said in Chris Van Vliet. And Paul Heyman, you can say a lot of things about him, but one thing that Paul Heyman is not is a liar. So if he says that that's the truth,
it's probably the truth.
It is the truth.
It is.
So after the Obafemi match, it was Liv Morgan against Io Sky. I don't know how much you've been following. Do you know the guy Danhausen? The guy, as they say, you are cursed.
Oh yeah, where he brought the
little minions.
The little
and stuff.
minion. It was so funny.
Yeah. So he wanted to do a promo, and then Liv Morgan came out, and they start arguing, and then she slapped him, and he was like, "Well, you are cursed," and cursed her, right?
Yeah.
And she lost the match.
Yo,
she lost.
Wait. I think he's also on the cartoon where Rey Mysterio is on. You know the cartoon they have made about Rey Mysterio?
No,
they made a cartoon, right? And he's there. He's in there.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah. So, long story short, Io Sky takes the crown, right?
All right.
So that was also a huge win. And Io Sky is gonna go after Liv Morgan for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. So that's pretty nice. That's a very good story in the brewing there as well. After that was the match of A
few moments later.
Right. So after that match, right after Io Sky. The match was Seth Rollins against Braun Breaker in the steel cage match. That was also a very, very phenomenal match. Funny enough, I actually didn't know that Seth Rollins is undefeated in steel cages.
He hasn't lost yet?
He hasn't lost in any of the storylines that he's been where he fights in a steel cage. So that was very interesting. That's a fact that I normally know a lot of the facts. That was one that I actually didn't know. So that was very interesting. And he's still undefeated because he won that match too.
I think WWE is gonna try to keep that.
Yeah, like since the Undertaker streak, they're trying to always keep some type of streak alive. Or like some type of like trying to break records, because one, it also updates the storybooks, like history books, but also it brings more attention to the new talent because a lot of the fans, they still say like, oh, the old timers were better. Yeah, for certain things, I can give it to you, but it doesn't mean that the talent that we have now is not good. I mean, look at the quality of the matches that they're putting. So, are they some that they're not worth watching? Yeah, absolutely. I will give that to you.
I remember some matches that they were gonna start. You're like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And you just walk away.
Yeah. But there are matches that you're literally on the border of your seat that you literally can look away because that huge of a match was. This PLE. Most of the matches were exactly like that. After Seth Rollins won, it was the Trick Williams defending the United States Championship against Ricky Sainz. I loved that I got to see both of those stars in such a big image, in a big venue, in a big stage because they're both very hard workers and they come from the bottom of NXT, which is funny because they were already, at least Ricky Sainz, he was already a big name outside of WWE.
Yeah.
So Trick Williams, I'm not quite sure, but I know Ricky Sainz was already a big name outside because he was a big name in AEW and he was also in the indie world. So coming to WWE,
yeah, he's been like in both sides, like really.
He has earned the right to kind of move into the main roster, and the match was very good. I think they rushed it a little bit because there was not enough story behind it to get it to the point of like this huge of a stage. It was. I'm glad that they got the opportunity.
It was like the Zenitsu fight.
Yeah, yeah. It was. It shouldn't. They got it a little bit more out of it.
Yeah.
And for the story, that should have been just a tad bit more. Maybe for SummerSlam, and just build it until SummerSlam. I think it would have been better.
The concept was good, but they
just gave it to us too soon.
It's like gave it to us. We needed the suspense.
Yeah. We needed a little bit more of story behind it.
Yes.
Because this was a story that it was, in my opinion, and whoever doesn't agree, feel free to leave it on the comments and what your take on this match was. At least for me, they rushed it a little bit. I think that this match would have been a whole lot bigger than it was already if they waited until SummerSlam and they would have like feed into the story.
Yeah, it was probably if they would have done that, yeah.
I think it would have been bigger. Doesn't mean that it wasn't big already. It's just that
it could have been better.
It could have been better in the storyline. The performance inside of the ring that they did was phenomenal. It was great. But I think the story wasn't quite there yet. So, but it still was a very good match.
Wait, as we were in the topic, because we are on the topic of it, have you talked about the fight of El Grande Americano? El Grande Americano?
I don't think that we touched about it. I don't know if you saw the match of Noche de los Grandes.
Noche de los Grandes?
Yeah. Did you watch the fight or no?
I haven't.
So in that fight, we're gonna do a parenthesis here. In that fight, he obviously fought the old, like OG Grande Americano, and then the match was gruesome, bro. Like they tear masks, they were bleeding.
I saw the photos, yeah.
Brother, it was gruesome. I watched the whole thing, and it was long too.
It was long.
Yeah, like normally average matches are lasting between 20 minutes to about 40 minutes.
Were they like actually going into it? Like,
brother, they
actually had like heat.
They were going. I mean, I don't think that they're in real life, like behind kayfabe. I don't think that they have heat on each other. At least they seem both professionals about it.
I mean, it had to be some type of motivation for that to happen.
The fact that they love the sport that much. Because they're both like, if you watch the matches individually, right, without them being in the same ring, right, individually, they both go like 100%. Like Chad Gable's matches, he's always like, he's overachiever every single time. Same thing with Ludwig Kaiser, right? Well, Grande Americano, he's always like taking his character and his persona to a different level. So whenever they're individually, right, in each match, outside of each other, they are both overachievers. They go 110% every single time. If you look at the matches that Chad Gable puts, regardless of who is the opponent, they're phenomenal matches because he goes 110%. Same thing with Ludwig Kaiser. But don't they have like instincts where their body is telling them to not go there because they're gonna get hurt and they're gonna like break a leg or break the arm? you take bumps multiple times a week for like multiple years, brother. Your instincts goes out the door because that's your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? And also some of those bumps, Like, if you or I take up one of those bumps, brother, we're going to be on bed for like 3 weeks.
Wait. So you're saying if I throw a bump at you every single day, and there's going to be a point that you're going to stop feeling?
Not
pain?
Stop feeling, but it's not going to hurt as much because their body kind of gets acclimated to it.
So if I punch you every day, it's going to stop hurting eventually?
I mean, if you're punching me the way that they punch each other, sure.
Mm-hmm.
At some point.
If I start grabbing your face and like hitting your forehead nonstop until your eye pops up, is it gonna like? Are you gonna stop feeling pain?
But see, here's the thing: how many times you've seen them punching each other and the eyes just like gets this big? Not a whole lot, right? Because they know how to hit each other. They're either hitting on the top of the forehead or they're hitting right here.
I mean, look at that.
That was on the gym, bro. Like, that was not.
I'm not doing all that for a sport that I love. Like,
if you're getting paid as much as he's getting paid, trust me, you would.
No.
You know how much he got paid for that match? He got paid a lot of money for that match.
I'm not.
And WWE picked up the medical bill for that surgery.
Still, like, you could have died. Like, what?
I mean, yeah, but he still like managed to do it.
Exactly. Like, it's not guaranteed.
No.
Like, that's why
every time that they step out of that curtain is a risk that they might not come to back to the ring at any point, or they're not gonna come back alive.
Like, you might love something, you might love to do it, but it depends on what you're doing. Because if it's something that you might actually get hurt or even die, there's gotta be like thoughts that are gonna be telling you, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Your instinct starts coming in. Like, even though I'm getting paid $100 million, maybe in that exact moment, my body is gonna tell me, hey, go to the left. I mean, what? Go to the left. No, what? Go to the right. Go to the left.
I mean, I get your point.
Get it, right?
Yeah, but also, like, for example, me shooting, right? Like, I shoot every single week. Mm-hmm. I go for, like, shooting every single week. And, I mean, yeah, it is dangerous. That is a tool that can take a life. Mm-hmm. However, I'm perfectly safe doing it because I know how to do it. These are professional wrestlers. They know how to take a bump. They know the techniques. You and I, if we try to do it, brother, we're going to be suffering. But they do it every single day. It's like me going to shoot. If I shoot twice a week, right? For like a whole year, I'm going to be a whole lot better than somebody that doesn't practice at all.
But there isn't 100% guarantee that you're going to make it out alive.
Exactly.
Every time. Why would you take that risk? I'm not taking that risk.
Why would you drive? There's not 100% guarantee that you're gonna make it to point B. There's literally
you kind of have to drive,
but you're in a higher chance of dying in a car accident than you are inside of the ring.
Nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Look it up, bro.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That has to be a lie.
Look it up.
That has to be a lie.
By pure numbers and statistic percentage.
I think there's more highly chance that you're gonna die in a ring.
No.
Than in a car crash.
No.
Yes.
You actually have higher chances of dying in a car crash. Yeah. 100%. Look it up. Look it up. I dare you. Look it up.
I don't got my phone.
That's a big fat lie. You have it on your pocket.
Oh, it's right here. All right, let's look it up.
Now, I want you to say it to the microphone. Read it.
Okay,
Read it.
Okay, wait. Okay, if you're talking about an average person, you're much more likely to die in a car crash than in a wrestling ring. Here's the comparison. Car crash. One of the leading causes of accidental death in the USA. Tens of thousands of people die in traffic crashes every year. Wrestling ring. Fatalities are extremely rare, especially in amateur wrestling. Even in match are uncommon. Most serious health issues involve wrestlers are related to long-term wear and tears of underlying medical conditions.
Yep.
Or incidents outside the ring rather than the matches themselves.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
but still,
it was just prove my point.
But still, you don't want to get in a car crash.
No.
You don't, right?
But you have to drive everywhere.
But here, you know you're going to get hurt.
You also can get hurt whenever you drive. It's the same thing, dude. If you do it the way they do it.
How many times have you been in a car crash?
Me?
Yes.
Technically none.
All right. There's my state.
Yeah,
exactly.
But if you do it the way that they do it, right? Mm-hmm. The chances of you getting actually hurt are very, very light. I mean, there's still a chance. I'm not going to take that from you. Mm-hmm. There's still a chance, but also there's a chance of you dying crossing the street, driving.
But that's like, you know you're going to go in that ring and get hurt.
Not really. If
so somebody punches you, you're not going to get hurt?
The way that they punch each other? No.
I bet it still hurts a little bit when they punch each other.
I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
There's skin contact, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be like, they're going to leave with like a swollen eye. How many matches have you seen that they leave with swollen eyes?
I'm just saying, why will you give it your 100%? If you know
because
you might die.
Love it. Because they love it.
Still, it doesn't make sense. Like
you wouldn't drive,
but you kind of have to. It's like you're obligated. Like, how are you gonna get?
No,
to
you're
work?
not.
How are you gonna make a living out of it? How are you gonna make a living?
The same way. How they're gonna make a living if they want to do that?
They get paid $100 million, or even more.
They're not gonna pay $100 million. The highest paying wrestler pays about $4 million a year.
Oh, $4 million. It's nothing.
I mean, compared to your number, it's nothing. But still, bro.
Nah.
Anyhow, going back to Night of Champions.
All right.
The next match was Jade Cargill against Tiffany Stratton by the Women's United States Championship.
All right.
Honestly, that was the only letdown of this night. That match was not interesting one bit, which is a shame because Tiffany Stratton is an absolute beast of an athlete, and Jade Cargill she's just strong. There's not a lot of story behind it. Mm-hmm. Right now, they're trying to put like a feud between a faction and another forming faction between Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green. Mm-hmm. Again, big names. They are like mean something, but they're trying to go against Jade Cargill, which started good, but it's kind of like lost. It's just kind of seems after a while it's just a big waste of time.
Something that like in the moment it looked like a great, like you saw the trailer,
like it was a great idea at the beginning, but
you saw the trailer, but when you saw the movie,
it's like yeah, kind of a deal. Like it was good at the beginning. Now it's just kind of over. Like it's like done, but they don't know when to pull the plug so they can create a new story about it. Is honestly not interesting. Anyhow, Tiffany Stratton left with the title, obviously, because why would you put it with somebody that is literally not as relevant as of right now?
Yeah.
And then the main event was my man Cody Rhodes as the WWE Undisputed Champion against the ring general Gunther in a triple threat match with Sami Zayn, which, funny enough, Sami Zayn actually walked out with the WWE Undisputed Championship. That was a huge surprise because, one, he never won it before. That's the first time ever that he won a world title, or at least within WWE. And two, I don't know who they're going to put him to work with. Taking it off Cody, it does make sense because there was like a hint that we might get Roman and Cody 3 for the third time.
All right.
In Gunther, we also had a story because you can pair him with Obafemi after he's done with Brock Lesnar, and that will be a blockbuster of a match. So there was 2 stories there. And Sami Zayn, I don't know where they're going with it. I have no clue who they're going to pair with to actually start making a good storyline. Hopefully, since it's his first title, hopefully they don't make it a transitional championship. I will be highly upset. There's no story for Sami Zayn. Or at least I don't know who they're going to pair him with. So it's very interesting that they put him in Sammy because I don't know where they're going with it. So that was the story. Sorry, se me dio pequeña acá.
Water?
No. So that was Night of Champions. And honestly, I liked it a lot. I think it was a great PLE. A lot of people batch it because they don't have anything better to do than batch everything that Triple H does.
Just like people are doing right now with GTA 6.
Bro, yeah. Well, literally, they're like complaining about every single thing under the sun. First, they complained that it took too long. Then they complained that, oh, we're going to have a female character. Then they complain about why is it taking even longer now. Then they complain about all these other things. Now we finally have the price for it. And now they're complaining for the price too. So the regular price is going to be $80, which is very average with the games that are coming out now.
It's like, okay, whatever. We were expecting.
What is surprising is that the Ultimate Edition that they're going to come, like their premium edition of it, or like the deluxe, however you want to...
Yeah, however you want to put it,
Yeah. It's going to be only $100.
$100, yeah.
Like, I've seen games, like even the games from James Bond First Light, that game, the premium edition, was $300. Obviously, it came with like a little statue, a golden gun, and a bunch of other crap.
Well,
right?
I think they're doing it more because I think because they know they're like such a huge like waiting game, they don't really need the money.
Well, I think they do. I think that it's just gonna be mainly the digital stuff because the game, even if you buy the physical copy, there's no CD on it. It comes with a little cardboard with the code on it for you to download it. So,
which GTA 6 is already out for pre-orders.
Yes, as of June 25th, is ready for pre-order in your closest retailer. I choose GameStop. GameStop is awesome. So if you have a GameStop close to you, go ahead and do it online.
I'm getting it online
or in your local GameStop.
And I'm doing it online because I got a digital Xbox Series X. Yeah.
I'm a PS5 guy, so
whatever. Hey, actually, you're only going to be able to play in 30 frames.
That's fine.
It sucks.
That's fine. 30 frames is mainly most of the stuff that is coming out.
Yeah, but you want a high quality viewers, like
which is what? 60 frames.
Yes. You rather play in 30 than 60?
I mean, it's not a huge difference when it comes to like the
quality
quality
of the
GTA
games. 6, you want the highest quality.
I though?
To check every single to see every single movement, to see if the game.
It's not like it's gonna be PlayStation 1 graphics. Like, hold your horses, my guy. Like, the only difference is that water is not gonna move
you want
as clear.
You want the best quality of it. It's GTA 6 we're talking about.
I'm not gonna buy a whole new console just for better graphics for one game.
Well, how long have you been waiting for this game? You think it's not worth buying another console?
Absolutely freaking not.
All right, you're lying.
I'm going to wait until there's another console to buy. I'm not going to buy another console.
I bet there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to switch from PlayStation to Xbox just to experience.
Good for them. I'm not doing it. I can't believe that you've known me for all these years and you don't know the fact that I don't do what other people do. I do whatever the hell I want.
Nah, you're tripping. You're tripping.
See, this is why...
If I want to play a game, I want to play it in the highest quality.
And this is why you're more mainstream than I am. Because I couldn't give a rat's behind of what is mainstream. That's the difference.
Like 30 frames, bro.
It is not a huge difference. It's not like I'm going to have PlayStation 1 graphics. Like, hold your horses.
But we're talking about GTA 6. It was like another regular game. It would have been like, whatever. It's GTA 6.
Again, it's not gonna be that huge of a difference, my guy.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Like you won't be able to see that one small particle. Like that one small particle would have changed
your life. 1,000 pixel. Like, trust me, I'll survive.
That one pixel would have changed your life.
I'll manage. I'll manage. I'll think I'll be fine. I'll survive. Don't worry about it.
All right.
If not, I'll have you right next to me to remind me of that. Don't worry about it. I got it.
All right. Well, right now in social media, I've been seeing a lot of videos that, hey, in GTA 6, right here on this trailer, you can see a floating object, and the game it's unplayable.
I'm telling you, they're literally looking for
the most tiniest
thing of just complain about it.
You see, when he walks, the dust, when he walks, it disappears midair. It's unplayable.
Oh my God. Bro. If he was falling through the sand whenever he was walking on the beach, I'll be like, yeah, absolutely, my God. It's completely unplayable. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. But, bruh.
Yeah, that's how they're acting.
Why they're being that petty, bro?
And then when you go in the comments, they'll be like, I'm gonna call, what's the name? Rocks? No.
I'm a rock star?
Yeah, Rockstar. My bad. Rockstar. I'm gonna call Rockstar. And then everyone's just like, no, don't call Rockstar. They're gonna delay it again.
They can delay it.
I don't want it to be delayed. We've been waiting already for a while, and I bet for GTA 7, we're never gonna see another. We're not gonna see GTA 7.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be alive for GTA 7, bro. Yeah.
Well, I hope this is the last GTA.
I don't think it is, but they may switch gears on what the GTA is gonna look like from after this one, but I don't know. Yeah. Until that happens.
Well, whatever. We have talked a lot about GTA 6.
Yeah, this is the last time that we're gonna talk about GTA until it actually comes out.
Maybe when we play it,
once it comes out and we play it, then we talk again.
About it.
Kind of tired of.
We're tired of GTA 6.
The last thing is gonna be $80 for the regular copy, $100 for the deluxe or the premium or whatever it's called. And there's not gonna be a CD on it.
I think there's another one.
They only confirmed those two.
Sure, because I've been seeing online there's gonna be 3.
No.
Yeah, and the other one's gonna be like 150, I think.
I only saw those two, and there's not gonna be any physical copy. It's all gonna be digital. Even if you buy a physical copy, you're just gonna get a code to download it.
It's even worth buying the physical copy?
Not really. If you're still gonna have to download it, might as well just get it in your like online store, like either a PlayStation or Xbox, like Microsoft store.
Why waste your time?
But why? Yeah. Why am I gonna? And hopefully, other companies just start taking that idea as a good idea,
and that's gonna help the stores a lot.
Yeah, that's gonna help Sony and Microsoft store, but like retailers like Walmart, Target, GameStop, all these other places, and gamers like me, like for example, I normally sell my games once I finish with them and I know that I'm not gonna play them anymore. I sell them so I can get a little bit of money back so I can start buying more games. So that's gonna ruin it for us.
And that's why I got ruined when I got the Xbox Series X digital, because I can return anything once I'm done playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, but you can buy a drive.
A drive,
like a CD-ROM drive, and you can buy physical copies of the games but you have to buy it separately.
Yeah. Well. On the other hand, we were gonna talk about Tom Holland.
Yeah. So the Spider-Man Brand New Day, they start doing the red carpets around the world. So it's very interesting. There's a couple of pictures online about it. And it's very, very... I like the new symbol. I don't know if you noticed that the symbol kind of changed.
I saw it. I like it. It's like really, really Andrew style.
Yeah, it's very kind of like... I would say almost like hybrid. It has the long legs like Andrew, but it has like that conservative look of Tom Holland. Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire. Toby,
yeah.
Tobey Maguire. That's the first one.
Toby. So, I was thinking about Tony Stark. I don't know why.
Yeah, that conservative look of Tobey Maguire, but it still looks very advanced technologically.
Yeah.
Like Tom Holland's suit was, that it was designed by Tony Stark.
Peter himself, he's a scientist, so I'm hoping he's gonna have like some type of technology inside his suit.
I mean, I assume so, but now that he doesn't have
any
access of the Tony Stark's technology. I don't know if he has to make it from scratch.
I mean, he's getting organic webbing now.
Yeah,
organic webbing
because now we're gonna see Man Spider. There's gonna be a lot of villains in this movie.
I'm actually excited for this
yeah,
movie.
It's gonna be very, very good movie.
Yeah,
Hulk,
Hulk looking.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a great movie overall.
Yeah.
So they did the red carpet this past week. So we saw the pictures online.
Yeah.
Obviously, Zendaya's dresses and all that stuff, like like red carpet stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get into that.
I really don't. I'm
not into fashion, but I know that was one of the things that people were talking about it. I did notice her haircut. I don't like her haircut at all. Not because it looks bad, but it's just because it reminds me of 1930s women haircut.
I haven't seen it. Hold on. I want to see it.
I personally didn't like it.
We're gonna put it right here. Hold on.
I personally didn't like it. It looked like 1930s women haircut.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's not like she looks bad. It's just I personally don't like it.
She has done better ones. Let's say it like that.
Definitely, she's done better
ones. Actually, I'm gonna save it for the editor, so that way she has it.
But funny enough, because we were talking a little bit off camera, is that whenever she and Tom Holland got married, because they're such huge stars, nobody knew exactly when they got married until they actually made it
happened.
Until they actually made it public.
You didn't even know it until we mentioned it today.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that they were married. Yeah. I didn't know that they kept it a secret because I only saw whenever they confirmed it. I didn't know that it was leaked by the stylist.
I think it lasted for about a month.
That's insane.
When they
and the fact that there's no pictures of this ever happening because they kept it that secret is amazing.
I mean, it's normal that the actors want to keep like their private life secretive. But you gotta realize they're like huge actors. Like, how did they manage to keep it a secret for so long?
Not only that, but also I understand why they want to keep it a secret because, again, when we go back to fans like wrestling fans or all type of fans, there gotta be good fans that actually admire you for the type of work that you do and the stories and the memories that you create with it. Mm-hmm. But there's gonna be people that call fans and they just want to screw you over.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand why they did what they did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't even know that it was. I knew that they married in secret, that they didn't make it a big like public wedding.
But you didn't know that it lasted a long while for them to make it official.
Know that there was a huge gap. Yeah. I didn't know that when they happened and whenever it was made public, there was a huge gap. At that part, I didn't know. Mm-hmm. So that was very interesting.
Which the internet went wild over it. Like, we knew they had a relationship, but
yeah, I mean their relationship has been a while. They've been like together for years. So
yeah, and all because of Spider-Man movie.
Literally, that's how they connected because of the Spider-Man movie, which is funny. Another thing is that Tom Holland has also been famous for kind of like invoking stuff for things to happen. Like, he said in an interview that he would like to play Spider-Man, and he's now the new Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. He also said in another interview, or I don't know if it's the same one, that he wanted to date Zendaya. he ended up marrying her.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he wanted to work with Jake Gallagher in one of the movies. Mm-hmm. And he ended up working with it in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And on top of that, whenever he's like, oh, I like to play this character that I play in, like, if they ever make a movie of this game, that would be cool to play, which it was the game Uncharted. Mm-hmm. And he was actually in the Uncharted movie. He was the main character.
Which was a great movie. I liked it.
Which it was a great movie, yeah.
I liked it.
I'm not normally into like huge action movies, but that one was actually so good that I was like, I started researching the game because I've never been attracted to that kind of games, but I kind of started researching the game. So that is one of the games that if they ever become available for free in one of the stores, I will definitely play it.
And I'm also feeling kind of bad for Tom because when he wanted to become an actor, right? He wants to become a known actor, which he already is. But I don't know if you think, but do you think Spider-Man is a curse for him or a gift? Because when people see Tom Holland, they say Spider-Man.
I mean, I think that is a gift because you can tell that is a written version of Spider-Man that it was made for him. Like, whenever you see that version of Spider-Man, you cannot think of another person. So they're kind of married to each other.
Yes. But Tom Holland wants to be known as a good actor, that he has made this, and that. But people now are just looking at him and seeing Spider-Man.
I mean, it's the same thing like Robert Downey Jr. You can say, like, he's done many other projects where they're absolutely amazing projects, but he's always going to be Iron Man. James Earl Jones, he was Mufasa. He was other movies. He was in a lot of movies, a lot of series. And he was an absolutely phenomenal actor. But he will always be the voice of Darth Vader.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a bad thing that you are known for one specific character, specifically if it's something that you already wanted. James Earl Jones wanted to be Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Not because Darth Vader was famous, because back in the day, that was a setup of a failure movie. But he played Darth Vader and he loved it.
Who's that other character? I forget his name. It's the one character that is like makeup all red and black, has like spiky, and use like a 2 lightsaber.
Oh, you're talking about Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his connection? Is he like the Darth Vader of that verse or something?
So they're all in the same verse, in the same universe. Darth Maul was just earlier than Darth Vader, and during Darth Vader, he was in the contraband scene, not in the Sith.
Because to be honest, I seen Darth Maul before Darth Vader.
I mean, yeah, because that's where we grew up.
I mean, you were born in a different age than me.
I mean, so way different.
Yeah, way different, but I got to see Darth Maul before Darth Vader.
Because the movies were structured that way. You don't meet Darth Vader until the end of the third movie, which is the 6th movie in the true time frame. Darth Vader, the true Darth Vader, was introduced in 1973 with the original Star Wars, which we know now as Episode 4: A New Hope.
Oh.
So that's why.
All right.
But going back to Tom Holland, is not a bad thing to be known by that character, as long as they keep looking for you, regardless of what you're playing. Not because that's the only good part that you can play as an actor, but because people follow you because they knew you because of that character. Okay? Like Tobey Maguire, he has done a lot of other things. But he's always going to be known as the first Spider-Man.
First Spider-Man, which he wasn't the first Spider-Man.
Which he wasn't, but...
It was the big mainstream Spider-Man.
He was the biggest Spider-Man of his time.
All right.
Because there was Spider-Man before him on TV, but he was the one that was, at the time, the closest to the comics. At the time. Whenever Andrew Garfield became Spider-Man, he was even closer to the comics than Tobey Maguire was.
I will tell you this. I like Andrew Garfield more than Tobey Maguire. Why? Because he has done more comic poses. That's what I like about it. And now, me seeing the trailers of Tom Holland and all this, the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out, me seeing it, and I seeing like comics reference, I'm hoping that Tom Holland changes my mind of me liking Andrew Garfield, because I want to like the new stuff.
Yeah,
because when I see something new, I'm expecting that's gonna overcome the last one. You know what I mean?
Like if it's in a series, yes, the new stuff should always be better than the previous one.
Yeah.
But you also have to understand, which it was the previous movie in that they explained this, is that there are 3 different versions of Peter Parker. So they're not gonna be the same.
I know they're not gonna be the same, but I just want to see more Spider-Man poses.
Yeah, I get you, but keep in mind, they're not the same.
I know they're not gonna be the same. Yeah.
Well, that is actually all the time that we have today.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. So this is the end of the video.
This is the end of the video. He said it, not me.
Yeah. Like every single video that we have done, we always recommend a book at the very end.
Yep.
Today's selection was actually by my wife because I don't read this kind of stuff.
I never read it. I don't even know about it. So he's going to do it, not me.
Is Howl's Moving Castle. There's actually a movie about it. That's how I know about this book. And it's a very beautiful book. Like it has like falling stars here.
Oh,
like
look at the falling stars. Oh
like,
my God.
They're
look
like
at the stars.
Stop it. They're like, it's a very beautiful book.
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful.
Stop it. It's a beautiful book. And it's basically the story based on the movie, because I haven't read the book, but based on the movie, it's a story of this castle that is a machine and it moves, hence Howl's Moving Castle. But there's a lot of discrepancies between the movie and the book. Kind of like whenever we were talking about Harry Potter and the difference between the books and the movies.
Yeah.
Very similar to it.
Something that mentioned your wife was about the witch.
Yeah.
Right?
So like, for example, the Witch of the East actually doesn't appear in the book, but she's the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting thing because I even asked her, it's like, okay, so if she's not gonna be the villain, then who is the villain?
Me. I'm the villain.
I mean, you always are. If you're interested on those kind of books, by all means, you can always read them in your local bookstore, Barnes and Noble.
Me and my sister, we're gonna watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that is a very good movie. You will like it.
I'm gonna see what's up. I doubt I'm gonna read the book.
I highly doubt it. That's not my style of book that I read, but my wife is gonna tell me anyway. So
yeah.
What do I know?
And he's gonna tell me about it through his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for everything, guys.
God bless. See you next time.
Otomoto out. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.